Dalessandro and you're watching Studio Feed. It's just an extension of the soul. You know, everybody's got what they like to do, and that's pretty much what it is. You really love it or you don't. And it's in that sense, it's either for you or it's not. And it goes with everybody with whatever they like to do. So for me, it's just second nature. It's totally second nature. I just like working with gear. I like making music. I necessarily didn't really get into this to get a gig or anything like that. I just did this because I like to do it. I was more concerned about putting music out, like releasing something, which for me is fun. It's like writing a book. The gigs and stuff just happen to come out of it. That's it. I don't DJ, I just play live. So I know how to DJ, but that's not what I get paid for. I like it. It's cool. I used to play piano and was always doing recitals. So I've been playing live for years, man. When I was 12. It's cool. It has its moments. It's not like DJing though, and the DJs will never understand this. Like, you know, it's the thing that's complicated about electronic music and why software made it so easy is because doing electronic music, like when you're done with the techno production, I mean, it's literally like a whole band, you know? It's not like just, oh, I know how to play the guitar and now it's all I'm responsible for. Like, you're really responsible for a lot, and I think especially people that don't understand how to use hardware, they really have no idea what it is to be able to control like a live set with all hardware. They have no idea. And being able to do that live and make sense for a long time, you know, an hour is a long time to do that. But it's cool now because you can really consolidate ideas and stuff and then just keep it simple on the computer. So, but doing live is not easy. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I mean, you either have it or you don't. So that's it, really. It's like some people really are just producers. You have those producers, they DJ when they go out. So there's obviously something going on with them that they just can't cross over into that. So I have a lot of respect for live sets, no matter like how they are. It takes way more balls to do a live set. And but it comes with its downfalls. Like a lot of places I show up for, like if I had gear, you know, they just like don't read the rider, or they didn't get the rider, or like. It's harder though these days too because the DJ scene is so saturated. It's nothing new anymore, you know. And now it's just become like there's different like standards coming into play that I don't like, you know. And now it's like in the digital technology, and it's going to go where it needs to go. It's like people more and more each day, nobody's getting it, you know. And so it's becoming, you don't even know if you're watching a live set anymore, really. I mean, back in the day when I go see Orb, they didn't have to put live on the flyer. You knew, but it wasn't just a guy with a laptop. It's just different. Just a MacBook, a laptop, and 2 controllers. So it's easy that way to stay complex and still stay flexible. But if I can, I mean, if I want to, I can bring out hardware. And all hardware is definitely more fun, but it's a more monotonous sound, I think, sometimes, you know, when you've got like one style and you push, but with the laptop and controllers, I can go anywhere, I think. It's like, because you've got all that capability of really complex stuff, because that's what the computer's best at, it's just really complex. When I produce in the studio, I really like to use all hardware. And the plugins definitely just are there for convenience, more for me than for actual sound generation. But then my live setup, the way it is now, with software and controllers, and everything goes in there, and so it's, you know, but it's all hardware derivative. I just have a vibe for it. I just have a vibe for it. I don't write music like when I'm emotional or sad or something like that. I don't believe in that. For me, this is dance music. And even if I'm doing something really obscure, I have to be in a good mood to make music. If I'm not in a good mood, I don't even want to be on the computer or, you know, doing stuff. I'm just not that kind of producer. I'm not that kind of musician. So this for me is energetic music and really crazy. I need to be in like my head, like all the warped ideas and stuff. I try not to take things too seriously. I think that's key with a lot of what people do. Not taking it seriously, being able to laugh at things, you know, this is really important, I think. And so I try not to spend too much time worrying about what the fuck it is like I'm trying to come up with or what's going on. I just, okay, it sounds good, cool, let's do this, let's go. Sometimes I hear somebody and then I hear them again and it's like I liked it the first time, I didn't like it the second time. I think that's with everybody though. There isn't anybody in particular I have my mind on. at least in the techno scene, I don't know, I feel like when you do the same stuff, you kind of like, you definitely feed off each other, but that's not where my inspiration comes from. My inspiration comes from like more like the Beastie Boys or Dr. Dre, like stuff I listen to, you know, when you're younger. I think that's where everyone gets their inspiration from. Yeah, then you hear techno, like, wow, I like that, I want to do that, that's cool, you know, but then you take little pieces of your history and like throw it in there. My big project at the moment is called Crack Time, and it's my 5th album. And it's a big deal for me because I really took more time, really. Like sometimes I definitely admit like I've been lazy with stuff. It's like I can sit down and do a track in like half an hour, right? But it's like this for the, you know, just doing dance music, you just want to make people dance. Okay, cool, you can do that. But for this album, I was really like, I don't want to do the whole dance thing. It's what EPs are for, really. So I did some nice projects, really got into it, spent almost a year on really just tweaking sounds and doing stuff. It's a mix of dance and IDM and really like, for me it was a pretty well-rounded, like well-rounded project, and that's coming out on Sonic Culture, which is my agent's label out of Portugal, and they're distributed by Compact, so it's got a nice little family of stuff going on. So, but that's the big thing at the moment for me. Thanks for watching. I hope this is good for you to listen.